On our morning show today from WRCO, we look ahead at some upcoming things. Now, next week's going to be extremely busy, and right in the middle of all of that is the 2025 National Night Out, which happens on Tuesday night, August 5th. In the studios today from Partners for Prevention, Betsy Raisler, Joanne Krulotz, and also we have Scott Galt here representing at Richland Center Fire Department. Betsy, let's talk a little bit about National Night Out. This has been around for a little while.
Yes, it has, and it's a national event. It started in 1973 in Ohio, and we hadn't implemented an event here in Richland Center, so the Partners for Prevention reached out to law enforcement because it did begin as a partnership between law enforcement and the community as a way to strengthen partnerships. So that expanded to first responders, and it's great we have Scott here to talk about that. And so it has a long history in the United States, and the see something, say something, partnerships, giving a common citizen the ability to assist with law enforcement if there's issues. And so it's been a great tradition in the United States and as a national event, and now we have one here locally in our 5th year.
Why do you think it's important for Partners for Prevention to make this one of your pet projects?
Great question. And again, if I didn't say it already, thank you for having us here today. I think just to quickly reiterate our goals, our number one goal is to increase collaboration in the community. So this is an event that does that, specifically brings groups together for our specific mission is to reduce substance use among young people. And so as a event like this, bringing people together, that builds relationships. And so who knows what you can do beyond an event? You can do other things, building on those relationships and connections.
Sure. Joanne, I think it's important, too, for young people to see the emergency responders, EMTs and police and fire in a non-emergency situation, isn't it?
Oh, it's really fun to watch the kids interact with the officers and the EMTs and the fire department and get to view their equipment, and they build that camaraderie. So if there ever is an emergency situation, they're not afraid of the person that's coming to their home or to their site.
It's neat for all of us to see up close and personal some of the equipment that they use, isn't it?
Oh, some of those adults climbing into the MTAC and stuff, and then they get up there and they're trying to figure out how to get down. And
and you wanted to talk about the 5K, the K9 5K.
Well, yeah, because that is basically the fundraiser of our event. That other than purchasing food or drinks when you come from vendors, that's the only thing you have to pay for that day. And it's a fundraiser for the police department and sheriff's department K9 units. And because they have expenses throughout the year, not just their training, but food, vets, all that stuff. So that's kind of what that is for. That's how it initiated.
You'd like to see some more people sign up for this event.
Yes, and they can pre-register, and there's flyers around that have one of those QR codes. Yeah, I always want to say UPC codes. QR codes. You can tell I'm computer illiterate. And they can register that way. And they save $5 if they pre-register. You can still register the day of, starting at 4:30. And then you get a T-shirt and some swag and stuff. So.
And Betsy, obviously the location has changed this year for the Richland County Fairgrounds, but what about the route for the 5K?
Yeah, thanks for asking. This is our 5th year, and the first 3 years we were out at the campus, so we had the same route from the campus around through the neighborhoods and then back there. And then we were at Crescott Park. We did a similar route. And now at the fairgrounds, that will run in and around that area. So from the entrance to the fairground, that's the start, and it goes in and off into the industrial park, and then up a hill, and then through the industrial park and on that
Industrial Drive
and back. So it's a 5K, and it's a beautiful route, and we're ready for people to sign up. And so encourage people to either walk, run, but sign up today, or that day of the event.
Just to be a part of it. 5:30 start time there, and hopefully people can make that a part of it, and then stick around and enjoy a lot of things, right?
And another aspect of it is that this is one of the, talking about coalitions and community input and togetherness, so to speak. This is the one thing that Grace and National Night Out and Simon's work together to get the computerized timing system. Mm-hmm. So it'll be used that night. And so if you didn't see it at the Grace Run in May, you can see it, next week.
It works pretty slick. It's got your time displayed right there, and you know what your time was.
The computer chips in the bib you get.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that got brought up, because here's an opportunity to thank the organizations that helped fund that timing system. So we had the Campus Foundation, Rotary, Grace, and one other. Joan Woodman Ortman McCollum Foundation. So those organizations came together. We applied for the funds, and now this timing system is shared between Simon's, the Partners for Prevention, and Grace. So we can, it'll be housed at Grace and use that as a very professional way of running events.
Yeah, we hope a lot of people will sign up. We'll come back to you guys in a moment. But Scott Gauld is here. He's been just dying to be on the air with us.
I'm good.
How you doing, Scott?
I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful. How are things going with the fire department?
We're doing good. Numbers as far as calls, probably the most we've ever had. We're at 150 calls right now. On average, we're hitting 250. Hopefully not, but last year I think it was 230 was our most ever, and just continue to come in. We had one this morning, so still good numbers as far as on the department. 45, 46 members that are active, and the calls just continue to. You never know what the next one's going to be. So we continue to add tools in our toolbox. We've got 2 drones. That's added quite a bit to our call volume. And, when folks need help and numbers, they call on us. So, and that's just across, it seems like the industry, everybody, call volume's up for all departments.
Now, not just, as you mentioned, not just fire calls, but I know contributing to that, we did have that dry winter, right? And that kind of led to a lot of grass fires in the spring.
Yeah, I don't know the exact number, but we had our most grass fires for sure so far already this year that I ever remember. We had a couple that actually jumped roads, which most of us, I know Brian Jones commented, he never seen that. I think he's been on now 44, 45 years. So we had, it was up on the ridge, and they clocked 53 mile an hour wind that day, and it actually jumped a county road and got into another field. So a lot bigger fires than we're used to too. That one was 10 or 12 acres. So that's not common here. Usually we catch them pretty quick and they don't burn up that much. But
you're getting some new tools. You mentioned the drones. Anything else? Any other new equipment coming in this year?
Not this year. We got battery-powered extrication tools. I know a couple other local departments are going to be picking them up too. That just helps, with the battery technology that is out there now. You don't have to have the pump with you, the hoses and everything. And if it's down over a bank or wherever you got to go, you can just grab the tool and go and get there to be able to use it if needed.
What equipment will you be bringing to National Night Out on Tuesday night?
We're blessed with drone operators, so we've got four that operate. So hoping to have depending on the night, right, of who's available. But plan on bringing the drone, a drone out there, and a few of our trucks. I'm not sure which ones we're going to bring. Was at a meeting with our mutual aid group last Monday night. Invited them in the past. Lone Rock's come up, and Casanova with EMS and fire. So hoping they all come out. I know, kind of filling in for Billy and Clay. Billy goes on vacation when, to me, this is his gig, but I will get him back. But they do have a challenge, a first responder challenge. I know they're going to do some canine demos, so we'll just make sure the firefighters win the challenge against the the police. So
What is the challenge, though, by the way?
Billy wrote it up, so he hasn't shared that yet.
Oh,
So I
okay.
don't know if it's rigged or what's going on.
I thought it was the 5K, maybe.
No,
No.
I'm not sure.
We'll find out that night.
We're going to
then.
find out.
Right. I know you keep the equipment, the trucks all polished up and everything for, how often do you wash those?
They're washed, weekly. We have duty crews, and we actually have guys and gals that have come down, and they're responsible for different bays within the department. The operators, when they go out, they'll spray them off, especially if it's winter. So we're not shining on them all the time, but we try to keep them looking pretty good.
It's nice to see that stuff up close and personal. I think it's a good opportunity for people to learn what they can do, right?
Yeah, we'll have all the doors open on the trucks we bring, and folks can come by and ask questions, and we can explain all the different things we've got on those trucks, because we are blessed with a lot of equipment on those trucks.
Lots of the youngsters are real wide-eyed when they get a chance to see all that stuff, aren't they?
And like they said earlier, they love to get up in the trucks and take pictures, and so that's really neat, and members like helping them up in there and showing off the trucks.
When you were a youngster, did you want to be a fireman, Scott?
It's weird. I obviously didn't grow up in a firefighter family, so a lot of our members, come through the cadets or the explorers, and that really wasn't me. I got exposed to it when I worked at Rockwell. I was asked by one of their lieutenants if I was interested in taking a 60-hour class and helping people out, and 28 years later, I guess I never thought I'd be chief for sure. So, but it's interesting, but I guess, wasn't really exposed to it that much.
Indeed, and you're always looking for new recruits then, too?
We are. We're always looking. We're just starting back our cadet program. It kind of cycles depending on the kids. But last Tuesday night, they had a meeting, and that's been a great feeder program. We've put a lot of members on that have come through that. And in recent years, the kids have actually taken entry level and firefighter 1 before we even actually put them on. That the tech school is allowing them at a pretty young age to go through those classes. So when we're able to put them on, and we've lowered our age, if you've been an explorer or a scout, 18 to get on. That used to be 21, just to try to grab those folks that are young before they get involved in another organization. So that's worked out really good too.
What responsibilities do cadets have then with the department?
They do a lot. There's been a few that recently, every event they're at, like if it's the schools as far as fire prevention, any cookout we've done, any really public event, they're invited, or because the group hasn't been big, we've had them on our training night. So they're at every training that we do, the full-time folks. So
why do you think National Night Out is important?
I think it's important just to, like they mentioned earlier, to introduce the kids to the firefighters, to the sheriff's department, the city police, in a non-emergency situation, because if they just see us, they could be scared of us in our turnout gear, and it's probably a really bad day if we're there. And this way they can see the trucks and understand that we're not scary people in our gear with our SCBAs on and things, that just neighbors trying to help out our community members.
It was a few years ago when it was at the campus, I think you got called out that night too.
We did, yep. Yeah.
We got to see that in action
Got
too.
to see it in action. I think we were planning on a parade that night, and the parade was early, unfortunately.
You're always on call.
Always on call.
Yeah.
Yep.
National Night Out's coming up Tuesday night. We'll have more about it coming up in a moment. If you're looking for a workplace that truly cares, at Rockwell Automation in Richland Center, it's more than just a job. It's a career with purpose. They put people first, offering great benefits, growth opportunities, and a positive, supportive environment. Rockwell is proud to stand behind its employees and support the Richland Center community every step of the way. Rockwell Automation, a great place to work, a great neighbor to have. Now hiring. Learn more today at rockwellautomation.com.
Family Prescription Center, where your family always comes first.
This is Paul from Prescription Center. For over 40 years, we have been a trusted member of the health care of our community. We've always been here for everyone. From West Seminary Street, where it all started, to the hospital, and now to Sextonville Road. We have provided honest advice, low prices, and with the help of many of our friends, a pay-it-forward account to help those that can't afford their medication. We are humbled by the trust we have earned. We have always made every effort to make pharmacy affordable to all. We accept all insurances because you deserve to have your plan honored. The only area pharmacy to take TRICARE and CHAMP VA. What better way to say thank you to those who served? We thank all for their trust. If you want this type of service, let us be your pharmacy of choice.
Family Prescription Center, where your family always comes first.
Join the legacy at Scott's Industries, a proud family-owned business for 75 years. They're expanding and looking for dedicated team members. Enjoy competitive wages, benefits, and a $3 per hour night shift bonus. No experience necessary. Just bring your enthusiasm. Apply in person Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at 810 East Nebraska Street in Muscadet. Or give them a call, 739-3171 to learn more. Scott's Industries, where opportunity meets tradition.
Life is filled with decisions, some required and some optional. And then there are decisions we make by making no decision at all. I'm Nick Hodge of the Pratt Funeral and Cremation Service in Richland Center in Muscadet. We encourage you to gift yourself and your loved ones by making the decision to plan your final wishes. Decide today to make that decision. We'll be glad to support and help you at the Pratt Funeral and Cremation Service. You can start that journey at prattfuneralservice.com.
Got stumps? Call Titus Osborne today for a free estimate. With over 15 years of professional stump grinding and removal experience, Titus is insured and ready to handle your project. Don't let those stumps linger. Get the removal scheduled. Customer satisfaction is a must, and Titus is committed to providing fast, reliable, no-hassle service. Call 608-604-7757 now for all your stump removal needs. 604-7757. Titus Osborne, your go-to expert for stump removal.
Now is the time to make sure your vehicle is tuned up for summer. Hi, this is Sean from Sean's Auto Repair and Performance. We'll check your coolant, do a radiator flush, or give you that tune-up you need. Or maybe it's a new set of tires and an alignment. We can do that too. Whether it's cars, trucks, or SUVs, you'll get courteous, quality, professional service for imports and domestics. Call us now at 608-649-AUTO. That's 649-2886. Sean's Auto Repair and Performance, 184 East Mill Street, downtown Richland Center. People who care about your car.
Hello, this is Kenny, the wannabe baker from Christie's Sunnyside Bakery and Cafe in downtown Richland Center. Looking for a sweet treat or a delicious lunch? Stop into Christie's.
Emily, Ella, Erica, or Tina will be more than happy to serve you. Our summer hours are Tuesday through Friday, 8 to 4, and Saturday, 8 to 2.
Christie's Sunnyside Bakery and Cafe, where every day is sunny.
Welcome back to our morning show studios. We're talking about National Night Out. It happens Tuesday, August 5th at 5:30 and through the night. And it's a new location this year, Joanne.
It is. We were able to get out at the fairgrounds this year. We got a nice tie into the fairground committee there with Scott Gauld. And, the park worked out well. The only problem was, you get in there tight to the road and people didn't really know where to park. They didn't know how to get to us. And it was a little swampy after all the rain we had too. But, we want to thank the park because that was a good location in the interim. But the fairgrounds, we feel that there's opportunity to grow. We kind of have looked a few times at Viroqua and their National Night Out. And we've been kind of following steps they took. They have been their own entity for several years now. And so Billy talked to them. And so we became our own 501c3, Richland County National Night Out. And we have our own nonprofit number. So if people want to donate to National Night Out, they can do that and get a tax deduction. We have a board. I'm the president. Clay Porter is vice president. Billy Jones is treasurer. And Derek Goplin is secretary. And we purposely did that. Scott wouldn't do anything.
I'm good.
On the board. He comes to the meetings. But the whole purpose of this is Partners for Prevention started it, which I'm on Partners for Prevention too. But, Partners for Prevention is only eligible for a DFC grant for 10 years. Well, we want this to be sustainable. So what do you do after 10 years? You have to become your own entity. So we've worked really hard with law enforcement and EMT and fire to take ownership of this program. And so we do now, with our board, have community involvement and law enforcement and EMT and fire all involved. And the community can help out. I mean, we have vendors coming, and Betsy has a list of those, but we have Rotary and Kiwanis and Boy Scouts and 4-H are going to be there to be selling their foods and desserts and drinks and everything, which then people that come are helping to sustain those programs as well. But the whole idea is a free, drug-free, alcohol-free event for families to get to mingle with first responders and law enforcement.
Can you talk about the layout and how it's going to look on Tuesday night, where everybody's going to be set up?
Well, if you come in the main gate, closest to the grandstand side, there'll be law enforcement, fire trucks, ambulance all lined up along the roadway. And then in front of the Connection Building. Thank you, Scott. That's where the vendors will be set up, and they'll be along the road by the DNR building. And then between the vendors and the Connection Building, we've got that set up for, will be the demonstrations of the, like canine demonstration and everything, and the thing we don't know about yet that Billy has designed.
Challenge that.
The
challenge that we don't know where we'll be challenged on.
It's going to be a real challenge when you don't know what it is.
And then on the far road, on the other side of the Connection Building, that'll be the start and end finish line for the 5K. Mm-hmm. And then you and Gary will be set up with music by the Connection Building.
We'll be jamming in there somewhere. So,
yep.
Yeah, that sounds good.
And then by the well house, there'll be the kids section, and Tiny Acres will be there with their educational zoo and some other kids, bounce houses and things that we'll have for the kids. So it should be a great time.
Great family night. Betsy, could you go over the list of sponsors?
Sure. So we have lots here that are signed up to be there on Tuesday night, and thanks to Billy Jones for coordinating this. We have ADRC, the 4-H Cyrusville Scarlets, the Richland Hospital, 4-H Babysitting Safety, Wallace Cooper and Elliott, Simons, DHHS Child and Youth Services, Behavioral Health and Birth to 3, Passages, Pine Counseling, New Day Counseling, Southwest CAP, Public Health, HHS Public Health, NAMI Dane County, that is National Association of Mental Health. Is that right? Crime Stoppers, Anytime Fitness, Fitness 14, Children's Wisconsin, P&P DOC, Kinship, and a student exchange program. And we will also have a booth. The Partners for Prevention will have a booth there.
So they'll be out with plenty of information from all those booths?
Yes, they'll have resources for people, ways to connect with their services, and great opportunity for the community to see things all in one place.
Mm-hmm. Plenty of room. I think it's going to be a nice...
Yes.
People can kind of walk around and see everything pretty well. You're not kind of cramped together then.
No.
They'll also have like little games and stuff for the kids to win prizes at. And we've asked them to bring like back to school supplies as prizes. So kids will be getting set then for school.
Get a jump start on it.
Right.
Yeah. As you mentioned, it's a national thing, so it's going on, it's not unique to Richland Center, but there aren't, not every community does it though, Betsy.
No, and I think it's somewhere in close to 300 communities in Wisconsin participate, and then thousands throughout the United States. I don't have that exact number for you, but most of the time, it's held on the first Tuesday of August every year. Most communities do it on that date, but I've noticed some don't. They switch. But this is the idea behind the national event, is have it all on one night. And I noticed that Baraboo and Vernon County, I've been noticing their activities, and it's pretty much uniform in the sense that it's driven by first responders, law enforcement, and the community coming together, and then they add their own versions for their community. So I hope we can continue to grow, have more things to offer, and get it in the routine. Like Tuesday of the first week in August is National Night Out, and then Friday is Grace. So it'll be a tradition for the community to sustain it long term.
Is it too late to be a vendor if someone would still like to be involved?
I don't think it's too late. Now, Billy's out of town. He's the one coordinating that. But I would say, who should they contact, Joanne, if they want to?
They can call me.
Okay, call Joanne.
Me here at the radio station.
All right. And lots of good food there, right?
Yes, excellent food. We got the.
Do you want to talk about that?
Well, the Kiwanis and what they serve, and the Lions, or not the Lions, the Rotary Club, they all serve some, or is it the Lions Club? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's the Kiwanis Lions stands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They'll be open.
They're going to be open.
So they're kind of getting a pregame show before the fair, aren't they?
They are.
Right.
Prep. Ready.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the other great thing we thought. If the food vendors that are normally serving at the fair, if they just want to order some extra and get a head start, it's extra income for them as well.
Mm-hmm. It can be hard for me to get anything done when I'm drinking malts and eating hamburgers and all kinds
You're
of
going to
stuff.
be busy.
Yeah, I am. I sure am.
Just after you finish the run, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. Ain't going to be much of a run yet, but nonetheless, Scott, some other things that you wanted to talk about. You're going to be joined there by representatives of the DNR too, aren't you?
Yeah, the DNR will be there. Traditionally, they've came with their truck. They're always in their uniform. Again, for kids, if you see them out on the water, if you're into that, they have the airboat with them the last few years. I think they brought a UTV one year. So I haven't talked to Mike, but I'm sure he's going to be there. Betsy did share the challenge. So
you found out?
She found it.
Oh, it's a morning show exclusive
here. We got dummy drag, we got football, we got stretcher run, so it looks like I better go back and recruit my team, I guess. So now that we know what we're after, so
interesting.
Appreciate it, Betsy. That's the first I
What was
seen
it again? Dummy drag?
We've got depending on which one we grab, if we're using one that we practice with. It's a 10-yard dummy drag to
start. And if you're looking for volunteers, I'd volunteer.
Well, they might use me
to be drunk.
Not sure.
That's a good idea.
I'm not
You'd be the perfect one.
I would.
I'm glad that Betsy just shared this with me. So I need to get back and share with our group and make sure the police haven't cheated and kept this from us for too long, because I haven't seen it yet. So I think this is rigged.
You don't want them to have a leg up on you.
No, that's right.
So,
that's
sure.
right.
But
you don't want them to have on the stretcher run. You don't want them to have somebody that weighs 98 pounds.
That's right. That's right. But I know, EMS is fire, and the police last year we had one, and it was fun.
A lot of fun. Joanne?
Well, the event goes from 5 to 8. Billy's not due back till that night. But he does have a job, because he's been told he has to come right from the airport to the fairgrounds, and he's the cleanup crew.
Oh, so he does have something to do.
He does.
In the past, you've had a dunk tank. Do you have that this year?
No, we don't.
You don't? Okay.
No, that we just felt the last couple of years, it just was kind of,
Because you could use the river. At the park there, right?
No new ideas.
It's funny you say that, because in the last couple of meetings we thought, what else can we do through the year? How about a kayak race or a triathlon or something like that? So, people can watch in the future. There might be more.
The wheels are turning here.
Yes, they are.
That's anything else you want to add about Partners for Prevention, Betsy? You guys never stop. I think there's something always going on, isn't there?
Well, we're following a plan, and it's based on an assessment. And I did want to mention that our youth just got back from training in Nashville with organization is called CADCA, and we're a member of that organization. It's the acronym is Communities of Anti-Drug Coalitions of America, and our youth went from Richland Center High School just in early July. They went to receive some training on how to do this. Like, drug problems are huge. Where do you even begin? And it always begins with an assessment. So, based on that assessment, they came back with a plan to work on access to vape products. That's what they feel is something that we could really work on curbing. Is either just if they can't use it, regardless of a mental health issue, if they can't access it, they can't use the substance. And as we know, nicotine is very addictive, and all substance use is related. So if youth begin using one substance, they're likely to try others. So our youth came back, and I do want to mention their names. Bria Eggleston, Mason Meyer, Lizzie Forehand was an awesome chaperone that went along with the students. Max or Bubba Woodman went, and Ella Cairns. And I hope maybe we can get them on the radio so they can personally share their experience. But that was a great leadership opportunity, 4 days of starting with an assessment and then coming up with a plan that they bring back to our community. And they're part of a group called Youth for Change, which is housed at the high school, part of a co-curricular organization. And we're continuing to work on addressing local conditions. We're very focused on things that influence kids, conditions in the community that we try to work on, strategizing around, using a variety of strategies between providing information and changing policy to changing consequences and providing support to people. We try to reduce the number of kids that start using substances, which translates into fewer adults that struggle later in their life, because we know that influence on the brain is really strong, can impact the brain and mean that they're more likely to struggle when they're older. So we want to delay that first, if delay it at all, to delay that first choice to use. So we're a coalition represented by 12 sectors, and for the National Night Out, we've been kind of that community catalyst to get the event going, and then we'd like to see it sustain. As in all the other strategies that we're working on, we don't really want to be a one and done, want it to gradually take hold where the community engages in it, and then we're different after 10 years.
It's also Grace Week as well, and Grace talks a lot about prevention. You talk about cancer prevention. It can start with not using tobacco products and whatnot. Correct,
and we've been really excited about working with the city and the Parks Department on the tobacco-free parks, which was implemented as an ordinance now in the city of Richland Center. And so that means that participants at the Walk for Grace, that would apply because it's held in the park. So that sends a message. It's one of those policy changes that is designed to influence choices. This is just not acceptable, and we're not going to allow it. And so that's a social norm that we're supporting and want to encourage people. And so yes, we have a lot of opportunity to partner with Grace. There is an association with alcohol use and the development of cancer, and so between nicotine and alcohol, we want to encourage people to drink in moderation, if not drink at all, but certainly not young people. So, yeah, we have a great opportunity to promote health with Grace. So it's a good week to have the National Night Out, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And it's an alternative to lots of things, including the National Night Out. It's a nice family thing, and I think sometimes, Joanne, we don't do enough family events like this where everybody can go and enjoy.
Exactly. And actually my daughter is coming with 6 of my grandkids, and I'm looking forward to sharing the evening with them,
Scott, you guys are also involved with Grace. I know you a lot of times get the bucket truck with the American flag up there. That's always a great sight.
Traditionally, we've brought the aerial down and set up the flag right there by the intersection of 6th and Orange, and we've done that for a long time.
We appreciate that. Well, we hope that the rest of the year is not so busy for you, so you don't break your all-time
I hope
call
so.
record.
I just want to mention just a reminder. Make sure batteries in your detectors. Smoke and CO detectors are there. You think winter time with the CO, the house is sealed up, but we actually had a call last week, and it was a hot water heater, gas, and it was, they had over 100 parts per million, and they had luckily 3 or 4 detectors in their house, and they all started going off, and they just call, Sheriff's Department, and Officer Page goes out, and a couple of us come out with our detectors and, identify the problem or help, and then, then we let the homeowners know so they can get a hold of the correct contractor to fix it up, and they were up there right away to fix up their issues. So definitely want to remind that. Make sure you've got CO and smoke detectors in your homes because they do save your life. So
excellent reminder. And people, you've got a chance to let people know where they can get them if they don't have them too.
We do. Yep. And, we've got a program that we've worked with State Farm and different groups, Red Cross, of if you need some help, we can come in and do a home inspection and, help show you where you should properly place them too. So just call the fire station and get on our list for that. I was surprised last week on the news, a young gal up north in a boat with CO from the motor, and she fell out of the boat and drowned. So it can happen anywhere when you think about it. So just go home, check them, and make sure your batteries and even the hardwired ones, the life expectancy on any of those detectors are only 10 years because those sensors get dust and things over time. So just because maybe they're hardwired, you still need to replace them. So just a reminder.
Okay, awesome. Otherwise, we'll see you at National Night Out.
We'll be there.
Coming up. Any trash talking you want to do to the other departments that might be
No, Billy will be doing exactly what he should be, taking out the trash. So it's perfect. I like it.
What about Clay?
Clay, we'll let him off, I guess, this time.
He had a meeting.
He had a meeting, so I understand that.
All right.
So.
Okay. And if they can't get a hold of me and they want to do a vendor, they can contact Clay Porter at the Sheriff's Department.
Okay.
He's kind of filling in for Billy, too.
Excellent.
And don't forget to register for the K9 5K. You can do that. There's a sign right by Wallace, Cooper, and Elliott with a QR code on it, or go to our Partners for Prevention Facebook page and register there.
Can people just walk in that night and also be a part of it?
They can register. And there's a special registration for families. We kind of bundle that together. And so, hope people come out and enjoy a great event.
It's always a lot of fun, a lot of good food and camaraderie, and I think it's going to be a pretty good night too. So
yeah, only 80.
With weather-wise.
We've had 90 in the past. We've had 90
Yes,
degrees
so
in the
hot.
Yes,
Yes.
we have.
Looks nice.
It'll be a nice summer night.
Yeah.
Well, thanks
Thank
everybody
you.
for coming in today.
Thank you.
Thanks, Phil.
We appreciate it. Joanne Krulotz, who is the president of the National Night Out, Betsy Raisler from Partners for Prevention, and Fire Chief Scott Gall joining us here on this portion of the morning show.